We are a week into full squad workouts, and already there are new questions about the 2015 Cincinnati Reds and some old ones not yet resolved. Our John Popovich has spent the last week in Goodyear looking for answers to some of those questions, and he checks in tonight from the Reds spring training complex in Goodyear, Arizona.
It's a welcome sight and a welcome sound. Reds leaving the clubhouse, spikes clicking and clacking their way out onto the field. It's rarely a sprint. Baseball isn't a hurried game, and baseball players aren't a hurried bunch. The game reawoke for a full Red squad Tuesday in Goodyear, starting with a stretch, continuing with a toss, picking up the pace as the day unfolded. But before they ever left the clubhouse, I asked manager Brian Price what his message would be, his level of expectation for this bunch.
You know, we should treat spring training like we're all our first year in Major League camp, and we want to go out there and do things right and practice at the right effort level and show ourselves with our work ethic and the way we understand the game, as opposed to doing it verbally or with the false hustle.
He's one of the Reds' poster boys for playing hurt. Jay Broo's injured a knee in 2014, came back quickly and struggled.
I felt like I could play. I'm a competitor. I wanted to be out there with my team, and it is what it is. I definitely wasn't rushed back.
That's a topic being talked about in this Reds camp since Matt Latos criticized the Reds organization for rushing him and other players back from injury. Here's Bruce's take Wednesday.
Honestly, the day Matt was traded was the day that I had the pleasure of not worrying about Matt anymore.
It's hard to believe, but Jay Bruce is in his 10th training camp with the Reds, and he's only 28. Still desiring to make his mark in baseball. So far, he says, I'm an underachiever.
I feel like there's just more there. More consistency, just a better player all around. I think that, getting the most out of every single facet of my game, hasn't been to where I want it to be. And I would assume that everyone chasing greatness feels the same way.
It's a statement you won't hear from many players, but Bruce has never been one to make excuses, never been one to blame an injury. But chasing greatness, is that reasonable?
Absolutely.
It was nearing the end of practice Thursday, everybody pretty much going through their motions. But out at second base, Brandon Phillips was turning routine ground balls into magic.
I'd like to do all my routine work first, and then once I feel comfortable, I believe in my hands and I'm warmed up, then that's when I start bringing the swag out and I start going behind my back, start being Chris Paul with the baseball.
Oh, would that be nice? Brandon Phillips' story seems like a broken record in this Reds camp. Coming off a bad season, coming back from an injury, trying to show people what he's all about. And if you know Brandon, you know he's all about making the simple play extraordinary.
I feel like I'm an entertainer more than I am a baseball player. I mean, I do this for the fans. I just do this to just have fun and enjoy the game while I can.
It makes long, hot days in camp much more entertaining. John Popovich, 9 on your side at Goodyear, Arizona.
And then, of course, there's Joey Votto. He is yet to say that he's 100% over that injury that cut his 2014 season short. It's not unusual. Votto is not one to share a lot of things with the media. But he admitted this week what he went through last season. Missing 100 games was frustrating to a lot of people.
Very frustrating. Very frustrating. But I think the thing that frustrated me the most was, last year being in the mix and then ducking out because of an injury and not being able to hold the team down the stretch. And I know that it was frustrating for the organization, and it was frustrating for me. Most importantly, it was frustrating for fans in Cincinnati.
So, bottom line on the Reds so far in this camp, not any better than what they were going into it. And with Homer Bailey saying he doesn't think he'll be ready by opening day, things are actually worse. 60% of the Reds starting rotation is now in flux. Brian Price and his staff have just 5 weeks to find 3 starting pitchers. That's not a lot of time, particularly for an organization that hasn't developed a lot of Major League talent lately. Straight ahead on this edition of Myers Sports of All Sorts. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, just wait. Oh, yes, he did.